Okay, so I was looking through the materials for today, this thing called The New Legend of Criminal Wealth, and wow, there's this idea kind of start me in my tracks.
Oh, yeah. Which part?
This line, be so rich they think you're doing crime. I mean, that sounds
Yeah.
uh, pretty extreme, right?
It does on the surface. Definitely provocative.
So what's the real angle here? Are we talking about actually, breaking laws, or is it something else?
No, not literally breaking laws. That's not the point the source is making, I think. It's more about the psychology of it all.
Psychology, how so?
Well, it's about how deeply uncomfortable, even suspicious, truly exceptional success can make other people feel, especially people operating, within very normal, conventional limits.
Okay, so it triggers suspicion.
Exactly. It taps into this tendency, maybe a default setting for many, to explain away huge achievement with things like, oh, it must be a scam, or they just got lucky, or the classic, there's got to be something shady going on.
Huh. So it's like, if someone achieves something I thought was impossible, it's almost easier for me to assume they cheated, rather than rethink my own limits.
Precisely. It can be a kind of cognitive dissonance, right? Protecting your own view of the world and your own efforts, or lack thereof. It's not really about actual crime.
Got it. So less about legality, more about how it looks to others who maybe don't understand the sheer effort involved. The source mentions discipline, obsession, almost exposing other people's excuses.
Yeah.
What kind of specific sacrifices or actions does it point to? Things that really set someone apart?
Oh, it gets pretty specific. It talks about a level of commitment that's, well, frankly, brutal to most people.
Like what?
Things like, prioritizing work so intensely that your social life just vanishes. Even cutting off friendships if they aren't aligned with your goals. Waking up ridiculously early, like 4 a.m. consistently.
Crap.
Yeah. And maybe the biggest one, reinvesting everything. Every dollar back into the business, the vision. No instant gratification. These aren't just small choices. It's a whole lifestyle built around sacrifice that most people wouldn't even consider.
Okay, so that level of dedication is just completely foreign to the average person's comfort zone.
Totally foreign.
Which brings up a key question then. If it stems from their comfort zones, why does greatness, as the source implies, often feel like a crime to, well, the mediocre? Is it just envy?
I think it's deeper than just envy, though that can be part of it. It's because you, the one achieving, are basically living proof that their own perceived limits might be self-imposed.
Ah, okay. So my success challenges their reality.
Right. It shatters their framework for what's possible. If you can achieve that much without, some secret crime or unfair advantage they imagine, then what does that imply about their choices, their own reluctance to push?
It puts the spotlight back on them in a way they might not like.
Exactly. So greatness feels like a crime because it implicitly judges the average person's unwillingness to commit to something truly extraordinary. It's easier to call you the criminal than to examine themselves.
That really reframes it. So let's bring this back to you, the listener. The core message here, from this source material anyway, it's not an instruction manual for actual crime.
Definitely not.
It's about breaking through perceived limits, yours and maybe society's, through just intense focus, relentless commitment, building quietly.
Letting the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, that phrase, letting your receipts talk louder than your words. The source suggests that when people start whispering, he must be doing something shady.
That's the signal.
Right. It's a sign you're actually winning. You're making real progress.
And when you hear that line, that suspicion, the source basically says, that's when you know you've leveled up. You've exited their tax bracket, sure, but way more importantly,
You've exited their mindset.
exactly, their reality, their whole idea of what's achievable. When the source uses that phrase, criminal wealth being the new legend, it's saying you don't need actual crime to operate on a legendary level.
You just need that focus, that drive.
Yeah, be so committed, so effective.